In the glittering world of entertainment, where scripts are meticulously crafted and performances polished to perfection, we sometimes forget that the most touching stories aren't the result of a script. They come from real life. And behind the scenes of this ruthless industry, two names have captured attention not only for their talent and good looks, but for their relationship, which is increasingly difficult to describe with the word friends. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan. Two big stars. Two souls who found each other in silence. But now, that silence is beginning to speak louder than the cheers of the audience. At first, no one suspected anything. When they were paired in the drama The Untamed, viewers assumed their closeness was just part of the promotion. A professional bond that would fade once the cameras stopped rolling. But time proved that their chemistry was too genuine, too consistent, too real to be called mere acting. And now, a word that once had negative connotations began to surface among fans. Possessive. But what if possessive isn't a reflection of insecurity, but a portrayal of love so deep it can no longer be hidden? Let's start from the beginning. When Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan first appeared as Lan Wangji and Wei Wuxian, the world seemed to pause for a moment. Their chemistry ignited so naturally. Their movements in sync. Their gazes as if speaking in a secret language. Every scene felt like a reflection of something deeper behind the scenes. Something not written in the script. And when the drama ended, what surprised everyone was they remained close. Not just close, but so in sync, as if one breath, one heartbeat, one feeling. Wang Yibo, known as a cold and unapproachable figure. A man with a blank expression and few words. But look at him when he's near Xiao Zhan. There's a sudden smile. There are eyes that can't stop staring. There's a transformation from a quiet man into someone alive, fully awake. And from here, the seeds of possessiveness grow. Not the harsh, suffocating kind, but a gentle, protective possessiveness. A possessiveness that only emerges when someone is too precious to be left alone. Wang Yibo's gaze turns wary every time someone gets too close to Xiao Zhan. His body language transforms into an invisible shield. Let's revisit some moments that melt fans' hearts and leave the public wondering, is this really just friendship? 1. The sensational variety show moment. During a show, a female host tried to approach Xiao Zhan in a rather familiar manner. Wang Yibo's face immediately changed. The smile that had been there vanished. He stepped forward, slowly but clearly, as if to say, close enough. He's not for you. Netizens dubbed the moment when Yibo transformed from an actor into a personal bodyguard. 2. Fan meeting and the intensive stare. At a fan meeting, Wang Yibo kept his eyes on Xiao Zhan, even when Zhan was busy speaking. When a man began chatting with Zhan in an overly casual tone, Yibo gently interrupted the conversation and redirected Zhan's attention back to him. Quiet. Casual. But very clear. Hey, I'm here. Focus on me. 3. The leaked video that revealed everything. A behind-the-scenes video showed Yibo gripping Xiao Zhan's arm tightly as a male staff member tried to fix Zhan's microphone. No words were spoken, but Yibo's body language spoke louder than 1,000 sentences. Fans knew immediately. This wasn't just ordinary concern. This was emotional possessiveness. Even in a high-pressure industry, Yibo made Xiao Zhan the center of his gravity. He supported him quietly, promoted him discreetly, and was always there when needed, especially when Zhan was vulnerable. When the world turned against Xiao Zhan because of an unfair scandal, who stood by his side? Wang Yibo. He didn't say much, but he was always there. That is love in its purest form, unspoken, but felt. Unshown but real. They may never acknowledge it directly, Their answers are always diplomatic when asked about their relationship. But true love doesn't need a declaration. It shows itself in a gentle gaze, in a brief touch, in a small step closer when no one is looking. And the public knows. We all know. One of the most heartwarming moments occurred at a prestigious award ceremony in Beijing. They sat apart. There was no noticeable interaction. But when Xiao Zhan's name was called to the stage, the camera captured Yibo's expression changing. From neutral to gentle. His eyes sparkled with pride. His hands clenched slightly, as if holding back from standing up and hugging him in front of everyone. And when Zhan stepped off the stage, a staff camera recorded Yibo waiting near the exit. He handed him a bottle of water, gently patting Zhan's back. No words. No big smile, just a deep gaze full of meaning, as if to say, "I'm proud of you, and I'll always be here." Amidst all the stage glamour and camera flashes, there was a love story that was never announced, but also couldn't be denied. The story of two men who might have found each other at the most unexpected time, in the harshest place, but with the most sincere feelings. And now, the fans couldn't hold back anymore. Every time Yibo looked a little jealous, they shouted on social media, "Wang Yibo, control yourself." But who can control their heart when someone has become their home? Even in interviews, when asked who he respects and trusts the most, Yibo's answer is short, but profound. Someone who keeps their promises, even when the world hates them. He doesn't mention a name, but everyone knows. It's about Xiao Zhan. Now, time keeps moving forward. Their careers keep shining. The world changes. But one thing remains. Their bond. Not just collaboration. Not just friendship. But something deeper. Quieter. More eternal. And perhaps, in their silence, in the glances that can't be faked, in the small movements captured by the sharp eyes of fans, there is a love story that doesn't need acknowledgement. Because in every silence of Yibo, there is an acknowledgement that has never been spoken. You are my home. Whatever you call it, love, friendship, or something without a name. One thing is certain. This story is not over.